All right. My name is Apostle Sean, and I welcome you to yet another teaching, a simple one. I just want to share some words of wisdom to ladies and all the women in the world. I have some information pertaining to issues to do with relationships, how we should operate, things that you need to know when it comes to indaba zemjolo, matters to do with relationships and so forth. You know, I remember when I was growing up, when I had my little sister. So by the time I was having girlfriends, I had plenty of them. There was a point where I could restrict her from doing so, yet she was seeing me doing it. So one of the problems was that I was dating some of her friends. On the plenty girls that I was having, plenty ladies that I was dating, some of them were personal friends to her. So I pressed her hard to an extent that I couldn't give her a chance because she was around Form 1, if I'm not mistaken. Form 1, I'm sure that's grade 8. I was making sure that any guy who comes around my sister, it's a big fight. With her, even the guy, trust me. So there is a moment when I could see that now my sister is like sending a message, trying to tell me, why is it you restrict me from having boyfriends when you also have girlfriends? You are doing it, but you don't want me to do it. Which is a very typical action of plenty African women. That's how they do it. When they are talking to their brothers, they will be like, how can you try to poke your nose into my relationship? As if you are not dating other people's daughters. Let me be free. One day I remember, I heard it with my own 2 ears. This is what is being said here. How can he be so jealous about me dating somebody when he is also doing this? What is the difference? I had no proper answer by that time, but I knew what I meant, but because I didn't have the capacity to say much. But I want to explain something that is in Shona vanoti muzivi wenzira ndiye akambofamba nayo. He who knows the road and understand it is the one who once walked with it. So when you see your brother telling you not to do this stuff, or your father pressing you so hard, don't be like, but you didn't marry mama. How did you marry mama? Don't say, are you not dating somebody's daughter? So why are you jealous about me? Many knows the game. Many really know what they do to other people's daughters. Many know the secrets about this dating stuff. So they don't want their sisters to fall victims to the same system. It is very painful that you know that you are. Imagine I was dating 6 And 3 or 4 of them were the friends to my sister. And my sister was using this against me. You have even planned, and you are stopping me. My language to her was, my sister, this what I'm doing to these people is exactly what these people are doing to you. I don't want you to become a victim of this. At this age, you better concentrate on schooling. Because I knew that none of these guys she was mingling and mixing with was going to marry her. Even if it was going to happen, it was unnecessary by that time, because mind you, she is grade 8, that's Form 1. She has a lot of space to grow up. She has a lot of space to be concentrating on the schooling stuff. And once love is involved, it has a serious damage. I saw it with my own eyes and I heard it with my own ears. So the thing is, when your brother is restricting you, when your brother is doubting your boyfriend, when your brother does not understand your partner, don't be thinking that he is jealous. There is no brother who doesn't want his sister to have a good relationship. I recall well that when I was growing up, it was a good thing to have at least a brother-in-law who can buy you sweets. It was a very good thing. And when you grew up, it was a good thing to have a brother-in-law who can buy you alcohol when you were drinking. A brother-in-law, we are talking about somebody who is attached to your sister. Best wishes for the sister. But when you see a brother beginning to doubt your man, a man knows the man better. A thief knows the thief better. A killer knows the killer better. A robber knows the robber better. So the best person who can help you when it comes to the relationships is your brother and your father, not your mother. Because your mother, you are within the same system of ignorance about how men operate. So that is the biggest problem that we are having in Africa. That is the biggest problem that we are having in our African culture. Because mothers and their daughters, they group aside and begin to have an association which they begin to discuss about the things they are not informed about. They don't even know men. Your mother was tricked by your father, and he is the one who is your mentor when it comes to the relationships. That is why you have a situation whereby the mother, the auntie, the my guru and whatsoever, both of the League of 7 ladies, they can be cheated by one man. A man who is lying can come to you. Because I recall one of the years when I was young, I was told to come and introduce myself to the family of the girlfriend I was dating by that time. There was nothing serious about it, but there was a benefit that I wanted from this girl, which I'm not going to talk about. So I was advised by the other guy who said, no, going for introduction is not marrying. So what you must do, just go there and talk to them and prove to them that you are serious, even though you are not. I went there. I saw about 8 grannies, 2 young mothers. Maybe these people were 14, ladies only, and 1 granny, grandfather, a man. I managed to trick them all until they began to clap for me. I told them lies from about my parents. I told them that all of them, they were gone because I didn't want any connection between them and my parents. So for my safety, I told them that my parents were dead. They asked for the point of contact. I lied to them again. I lied almost everything that I was talking to them, and I slept there lying. They cooked for me a live. They took a chicken and killed it for me, just for lying. And they were clapping hands for me, celebrating that at least the daughter found a proper man. But if they were men, these people, they would have been asking me proper questions that would expose the lies in me, because men knows men well. If it was not about questions, there was something they were going to do to prove whatever that I was saying. But I recall that at night when I was there, the grandfather came. The thing that he said, you know what? These people are believing you, but I'm not. He said, why? I know you younger guys. The first thing that he began to do was telling me the lying side about me. I was shocked with how did the uncle manage to know that I'm lying. Then he said, by the way, we shall see. But I really know that this thing is not going anywhere. I even told these ladies, don't rush these people. Let it be like this, because the man knows the man. A thief knows the thief. So the best person who can direct you about the relationships is your father and your brother. And that is the mistake that we ever made in our African society. The daughters are estranged to their fathers. There is no connection, there is no relationship, there is nothing at all. And the mothers make sure that they hide anything that they are planning with their daughters, with the children. They do it aside. They make sure that the father doesn't even have any information. That is why you discover that a child can be 2 months pregnant under the same roof when the mother knows it and the father is not even guessing about it. What will be happening is the mother and the child will be trying to do some plans and whatsoever, blah, 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 blah. And some of those plans, they don't even work. And most of them, they don't even work. And you will be shocked with the falling pregnant of this child, what was perpetrated as well by the mother. Mothers can easen up things for the men who can kill their daughters. They don't check around. And they don't even know because they don't have the system of men installed in them. I always get shocked. You know, ladies are very fun. Ladies will be like, Apostle, when are you going to be married? I'll be like, no. Why do you want me to be married? They'll be like, there are some other problems which we need Mama to address. I'll be like, oh, okay. I understand. If the problems are very sensitive, you really need Mama. You don't have to tell me everything. And if some are really sensitive, you just tell me in a way that makes it insensitive and so forth. Then I was like, okay, I understood you there, but I want to know which kind of problems do you want Mama to address? She was like, relationship matters, like when you are troubled in a relationship and so forth, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, that's the biggest mistake that you can ever make in life. I have seen it even in the ministry, like you can have a circumstance whereby maybe you have a daughter who is growing under the mentorship and so forth. When she is asking everything from you, she'll be having a straight mind. Then the moment she thinks, I think there are some other things I need to run away from my mentor because he is a man. Let me try other ladies, maybe within the church or at home and whatsoever. That is the beginning of problems, especially when the matters have anything to do with relationships, because ladies don't understand men. This gender thing shall kill us. This gender thing shall kill us. All you need in a relationship is information. All you need in a relationship is understanding the opposite gender. This is what I did. It helped me. You know what? When I wanted to understand woman, my best start was having a female best friend who could understand, who could tell me everything about woman without hiding. Because remember, ladies, when you are in relationships with them, they hide a lot. They begin to be who they are not. So this female friend of mine, even though ladies, I know that you have a problem. When you have a bestie, sometimes you begin to fall in love. It's either the guy begins to fall in love or the vice versa. It can happen vice versa. So this female bestie of mine was telling me everything about ladies. So if I have any question about ladies, how they think, how they operate, I would bring it to a table. Then we could have a 1 hour discussion, asking him, okay. So I know it all because I operated with a lady. I didn't want to be informed about ladies by a man, no. Then from there, I began to make sure that any lady who is free to me, I inquire information about the woman's world. So I know it very well. Even though I might not be 100%, but the 50% of the things that I know are very true. That is why you hear when you listen to my teachings, you'll be thinking that I'm talking about your life, personal life. Yet I am a person who understood from ladies how ladies are. So when your brothers are restricting you, when your brothers are being too controlling when it comes to the relationships, who you date, they don't like your men and so forth, never think you is just jealous. Your brother will never sleep with you, your brother will never kiss you, your father will never touch you. All the jealousy and all the controlling and whatsoever is the greatest love they can ever show you. If I was you, if I was a woman, I was going to be the best friends with my brother, and whenever I'm about things like this, I'm about to do things like this, and ladies, they are very fun. They can really see, they know everything. You know, you can send your sister to close up. Maybe there is something, maybe your brother was caught up in a cheating game. Maybe your brother was cheating. You can use your sister to convince the other girl that you are in love with about what you did. And the sister can help the brother to cover up cheating. And this lady will understand the lady. And the love will come back to a normal position again. Instead of this lady learning with men can even bring you a relative to lie to you, they will never learn anything from it. The same thing can even happen to her. A man can cheat and bring other people to support him, to make sure that whatever she found out is made a lie, and she will believe it. When you get into men's world, understand them and never allow them to use the same tricks on you. Whatever that you understand men, whatever that you understand about men, let it be the information that will save you from being lied to. From being lied to. So when you see your brother doubting your man and so forth, never think it is jealous, because your brother doesn't even want to sleep with you, kiss you, or touch you. When you see your father being too harsh when it comes to the matters of who are you dating and why are you dating at a certain given period, they know men, they know what they've been doing when they were growing up. I, as your father, as you are listening to me, as your mentor, we are coming from a very dark side. Very dark. If I tell you things that we did, you'll be shocked. So whenever my daughter tells me about her relationships, I'm not in a rush, in a hurry to celebrate. Because I really know there are too many dangers within the Umjolo fraternity. There are too many dangers. And I saw, as I grew up, from the time I became an adult up to now, I've seen plenty ladies falling down. People with visions, people with potential, people with good health, people who were intelligent. I saw plenty of them falling down one, until they change to become something they were not in the beginning. I know of somebody, I was in the same classroom. I won't say anything about her name because it will become something sensitive. But look at this. We are in the same class. We are seeing how everything is happening and so forth. Then I recall when I had the information I told this lady, you know what? The man you are dating now is married. I heard it from this one and this one. And instead of the friend of mine going to stop the relationship, she went to ask to the man, I heard that you are married. And the man explained, a lot of things. And my friend came to me explaining, you heard wrong. I said, no, I can't be hearing wrong because I heard it from a man. She goes, no, I heard it from the horse's mouth. I said, no, it's not like that. Men can lie. I know our gender. I know my gender. Then we just said, it's okay, it's okay. 3 months later, the friend of mine was pregnant. She couldn't tell me. I heard it from the streets. When we heard it from the streets, we heard that she wanted to kill herself and so forth, blah, 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 blah. And from there, she stopped going to school. She was, I'm sure you have Form 5, that's A-level, right? Yeah, that's Form 5. Imagine Form 5, she was heading to Form 6, she couldn't even finish. But this thing happened when we were looking at it. So imagine how I'm going to feel when I will have a daughter of mine who is in Form 5 and dating a man that I don't trust. It will be a fight. Then by that time, the daughter will assume that my father is a crazy man. Because how can he be like that? I'm a girl, I need my freedom. Sometimes your freedom will kill you. It's not that the father is against your freedom. The father knows the dangers. He has been there. And it happened, and from there, everything just changed. Life turned to the other direction because this man was truly married, and the truth was discovered when the friend was pregnant. I saw 100 of people who had potential, who fell off because of these things of Mujolo. I once told you a story. I recall, I remember when I was staying in Windsor there was a little kid. This little kid, I was on my time of spiritual consciousness. I was not yet into ministry, but I was trying to resonate with myself with what's happening in my life. And God was speaking something to me. So by that time, this is when I met this little kid who was around maybe 15 or 16 years. I'm not really sure. She was very cute with good body language and so forth. So I talked to her not because I was interested in anything to do with her, because I myself, I used to respect underage. I was principled when it comes to that. I said, little kid, can you come here? She didn't want to be called a little kid. She didn't want at all. She was saying, no, I'm not a little kid. I'm a very big lady. I said, okay, it's fine. But my issue now is, you always greet me, we always talk and so forth. So what do you want to do in life? She said, I want to be a model, plus I like singing, I want to be a celebrity. She said a lot of things. She went, and the second day I saw her, I was by the gate because I was not working. Everything was down in my life because God was making me the person that I am today. So she came by the gate, and I continued from where I started. I said, okay, but you know what? With your dreams and whatsoever that you want, you need to be concentrating on building your life and make sure that you are safe from the streets, because the streets can kill. She said, what are you talking about? I said, you know, the boys that you are roaming around with every day, I always see you with boys up and down. These boys, they are never up to anything except what is in between your legs. Why is it all the times you go to the shops, you come with a boy? All the times you go, say, hey, is it a problem? Do you have friends who are like that? Hey, she began, you know, you could see that she was furious, and she was like, how can you control my life? I told her a lot of things, you know. I'm sure she was so angry, and number one, because at first she wanted me to, you know, to throw some words, maybe we could be dating and so forth, you know, these little kids. And number two, she was feeling like I'm controlling her. And yet I was not the parent. Then that was the last time we spoke to each other. The next time that I saw her was maybe 3-4 months later. She was pregnant, and the pregnant was big. When she saw me coming from the other side, she was hiding behind people. I called her. I said, how are you? I asked her, what's happening? She couldn't answer. So I saw plenty of people falling because of relationships, because of men. Whenever you hear a man speaking about the person that you are dating, be very, 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 very careful. And don't allow men to explain themselves to you, because men can explain lies to you. As we were giving women phones, knowing well that some ladies can call, we would risk and give a lady the phone, knowing good to know sometimes they phone here and there, so she can go with the phone over the night and bring it tomorrow. So by chances, we were just taking chances, and we were ready to defend ourselves if somebody would call. Men can lie. So here, my main issue here is I wanted to talk about information when you are in a relationship. When you are in a relationship, the main agenda, ladies and gentlemen, is to study the person that you are dating. The main agenda is knowing the person that you are committing to. The problem is the generation that we are having here, before they even know the person, before they understand you'll be shocked with a person can sleep with a person that she doesn't even know where he stays. What a sad generation. And number 2 question is, why should you sleep with somebody before marriage? Because the time of dating is the time to know the person, whether you can be married to this person, whether you can commit or not. You don't just rush to give the person your heart. No, don't just rush. You study the person. That is why you see the relationships of Christians are filled with the prayer requests. Those prayer requests, most of them, they don't have Satan inside. They don't have Satan in association. These prayer requests are because the people first committed before they knew the person they were involved with. So the signs of the badness in the person began to evolve, began to show up. So when they began to see the signs of how bad the people they were dating were, instead of them knowing what God is now showing me, they began to look for prayers. We have plenty of people here, you are struggling with how your boyfriend cheats. You are struggling with the anger issues of your boyfriend. You are struggling with how stingy is your boyfriend. You are struggling with everything about your boyfriend right now. You are praying and fasting for it to change. But no, there is no prayer which is needed there. You are not yet married. You are on a platform whereby you are allowed to live, to let go if a thing is bad. You are on a Kadesh Barnea, a place of choosing, a place of making a choice, whether you can take the man or not. If the man is bad, it means he needs to be let go. You can't be having prayer requests before you are married. Why should you? What about when you get married? It will be a serious damage to your life. Dating is not marriage. Courtship is not marriage. Courtship is a zone of understanding the person. And no much feelings must be involved there. No much introductions must be involved there. No much commitment must be involved there. This is a period of understanding the person you are working with. Can we be able to get along? So long you are not getting along, leave the person in peace and save your life from the dangers in the future. God is informing you through actions. God is informing you through what you can see, and you are looking for prayers for it. And my pastors, let's stop being evil. Let's tell these people the truth. Pastors, We are the ones who are perpetrating this kind of behavior whereby our children are in relationships and they are asking for prayers every day. We are giving them prayers. Hey, my man is ignoring me. Hey, please give me a prayer. Hey, my man is blue ticking me. Give me a prayer. If I don't say hi, he doesn't say hi. Give me a prayer. Hey, he's cheating too much. Give me a prayer. Hey, he is beating me. Give me a prayer. He doesn't give me money. Give me a prayer. He doesn't even care. Give everything. Give me a prayer. If a person is like that before marriage, what about after marriage? We'll be having serious troubles. And this kind of advices, they come from mothers. Don't worry, my daughter. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. When a man doesn't love, the signs can be seen outside clearly. Well, some of you, your men don't even think about you until they see your messages. Then when they see your messages, the response will be lovely to an extent that you get confused and they tell you how busy they are. If you were busy, why did you manage to send back a message when you saw mine first? You were not busy, but you want to use me. You benefit somewhere, somehow. So at least something that you benefit to. When she sends a message, you must make her happy. There is no love there. In the book of Numbers chapter 13, I told you that Moses sent spies to spy the land of Canaan before the children of Israel could go into Canaan. Because he didn't want second-hand information. He wanted first-hand information. So for them to penetrate the land of Canaan first, they had to send spies who would go there for the purpose of only studying the land and understanding the environment, understanding the people, understanding the culture, understanding the corners, understanding the roads, understanding everything so that they can be properly informed. And our Christian children are getting into marriage uninformed. The first thing is you tell them, I love you. They are no longer sleeping. You are not sleeping, but you haven't yet started the character of the person. That is why the day they get into marriage, problems are arising. These problems were there, but you never had time to study your person. Even guys, you guys, when you get into relationships, be informed about your people. The people that you date, be informed. If a person is showing wrong signs, don't you stop there. Just stop the relationship and move on. So if Moses, who was a prophet, who saw God face to face, for him to understand the nature of the land he was getting into, he had to send spies. Why are you getting into relationship ignorantly? Come on. Next time when you are dating, next time when you are in a relationship, there is nothing secretive when you are in a relationship. Let the person expose himself, research and make sure. This kind of a thing whereby you tell us, hey, you don't touch my phone, you don't what. You tell me that I am the only person that you are dating, right? So what's the fear with your phone? If there is a fear with the phone, there is something wrong within the phone. And you get convinced, yeah, there's some what. There is nothing sensitive that you can hide to your girlfriend when you are in a relationship. The only thing that guys are scared of when it comes to their phones is having another affair, is having another other people they are dating. So to mothers who are out there, I'm asking for the favor that you don't separate the daughters from their fathers. That's their learning source. Daughters who are very close to the fathers, most of the times, they don't get lost. But you are on a mission to separate your daughters from their fathers. That is why you see, I've often seen plenty mothers, they made wrong mistakes. The mother and the daughter, they can actually combine together to get lost. You know what I'm talking about? Some of you who are listening to me here, you once had a very dirty affair that you promoted between your daughter and the other man whom she came with, and you were telling her ideas, and where did it go? If those ideas were coming from the father, I'm telling you, your daughter wouldn't have gone wrong, but she went wrong because you managed to hide it to the father and make sure that the father, hey, baba hauzwi, muchipfurana mukumbunyikidza vana pakona. Zvakaenda kupi? Vana vazhinji uri vandodzidzira kuna namai nekuti vanoentertaina zvinhu zvisina basa. Kuti hakuna basa mwananga, hey, chakadai hachina basa, fanika kazoita mari. Oh. If a man comes with a car, he will convince the whole family. Now, I wanted you to see the wisdom that was being used on this one. Do you know why in our Shona culture, maybe probably in other African cultures as well, they said, let's say a daughter, my daughter, right, is now involved in an affair. She is now having a boyfriend. The first person that my daughter must be free to tell is not the mother. No. Is the auntie, my sister. Because the auntie represents me. Because the daughter may find it very difficult to come to the father. But at least when the daughter informs my sister, me and my sister, we can talk about anything. We are siblings. So the thing there was like, there must be a figure which represents the mindset of a father. When the auntie is operating with my daughter, is operating as a father, she is representing me. Manja, it becomes a problem when the auntie is hijacked by the mother, and most mothers are very full of speed. So when it goes through the auntie must be also honest to tell the father, your daughter, our daughter, is now in a relationship and this is the guy. Can we check what's happening, and can we... There is nothing wrong with that. But it was made wrong by the misunderstanding of the culture. Why should my daughter do things when I don't know them? What's the difference between me and her? The gender only, but the blood is the same. What I wish for her is the same. They knew it with the mother sometimes. So who is your mentor when it comes to things to do with the relationships? You chose your mom. Some of you are getting angry. I know plenty of people who get lost in this journey because of serious associations with mothers. I know plenty of people who made mistakes doing everything with the mother, and they got pregnant, and they aborted with the mother. Everything happened with the mother. And the first person who knows that the child is pregnant is the mother, not because the mother sees. No, the mother most of the times are involved. And why, if you are clever, why are you always involved in the deals which end up in a child being impregnated? Accept the fact that you don't understand men. Men are understood by men. Let the child go to the auntie, and let the auntie go to the father. The father, if he is too big for this, let him handle it to the brothers. The brothers will know how to do with the thing. It's not necessarily that. I'm just saying no men. That is my main thing. No men. You must understand their computer box, their way of thinking, how they can manipulate your brain, how they can work out everything to confuse you, to think that they are okay when they are not okay. You must know how to study a man who is married. You must know how to study a man who is lying. You must know how to study a man who is a womanizer. You must know how to study the language of a man who is stingy. You must know how to study the language of a man with a certain background. You must know everything about men. Get the computer box of men and understand it so that you won't be falling traps. Do you know what? We have a court of men whereby sometimes we sit and begin to discuss, and things that we discuss about are common things. There are stages when it comes to Indaba Zemijolo. Stage number 1 is you approach the woman. Stage number 2, you understand the mindset. Is she an easy one? Is she a church goer? Does she reason, or these are the just loose ones? So on the studying, that's when you know which stage should I go to. Because some of you, there is nothing to even study, because the day you are told I love you, you are already over the moon. 2 days you are already putting pictures all over, being desperate, blah 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 blah, and some, you know, those kind of things. So that kind of a woman, there is no need for you to study the next thing. The next thing, eat, chop, and live. So when you study a woman, you understand, oh, okay, I think this one is a church goer, so I need to step down and begin to behave like the way she believes. So when you begin to behave the way she believes, it's called making her believe, making her. It's like turning somebody into a religion, convicting somebody into a religion. In shona to kubelievisa, and I'm making her believe. So this stage, it depends with the mindset of the lady, how she thinks and how she operates. Is she rooted in her own systems, or she's those cheaper ones? If she is rooted in the Bible and so forth, you have to first operate like a biblical man. When you make her believe, if she believes, you can really see it. But I know she has believed. When she has believed, use. When you have used, you have won the game. It's up to you now to handle the matter, whether to continue or not, whether to eat more, chop more. It's up to you. You can choose. Especially some, they can just be eaten and be left like that. Some, they can be left for a season until they begin to ask you, hey, would you marry me? Hey, blah, blah, blah. Why? I want to be introduced. That's when you see, she's becoming dangerous. You stop. And it's a common thing that happens. So sometimes what you think is love is not actually love. Sometimes it's making you believe. Because how many people made you to believe this thing is original and left you still? How many? I just tend to believe too much. This religion called love, you believe it so easily. You believe all the lies. That is why I said, some of you who are saying we have anti-marriage spirits, you actually don't have anti-marriage spirits. You never had time to study men, how they operate. Men are very good at preaching the gospel of love to an extent that ladies begin to feel like they've found Jesus. The same feeling that they have when you call upon the power of the Holy Ghost in the church, they begin to cry. It's the same feeling they have when you preach to them the gospel of love. Hello, Standard Sam, how are you? All right, yeah, I've been missing you over the day. Oh, we've been there since summer and I love you so much, I'll never leave you. That's why I love you so much, I'll never leave you. Oh. What's like? It's like that. I'm telling you, the light is gone to the seventh heaven. No man is given. Nothing is what, She was just told, no, what she said. You might not confess it with your mouth, but in your heart, the man has already created a place. This powerful gospel of love, of Mujolo, is powerful to an extent that whatever the brother or the father is going to say is enmity. A brother who doesn't even want anything romantic with you. A father who doesn't have anything to do with you, which is romantically connected. You see, whatever advice he will give you, that's why you see the gospel of love is powerful to an extent that a child will sneak out of the house to go and be slept by a guy who is ready to eat and go and come back to the house of the parents who are telling him, don't do this. It has power. Even bigger ladies are being confused. So if you don't understand men, Naomi, how many ladies do we have, like big ladies, very intelligent, they can even have 5-6 kids with different men. And you end up wondering, so this lady couldn't understand men. Yes, because she never concentrated on it. She believed every man who came after. And every man, oh, Shem, I'm sorry for your previous. And you begin to open up, hey, in my previous relationship, it was like this, so I don't want it anymore. Whatever that you are saying, you begin to act like that. Then when it's time to what we call after chopping, you begin to find ways to make sure that you push the person away. Because what more can you want? With how plenty you are, if we are on a mission of eating, you can eat the whole world if you want. Because you just preach the gospel of love. If she is not understanding the words, you prove her with money, to her with money. If not, she is not understanding with money, you find somebody who can represent you as your sister, even a friend, and she begins to call her, and she believes. Once she believes in the gospel, you are ready to chop. Once you chop, it's up to you. Because once you guys, you are chopped, you are now committed, you are now connected, you are now emotionally attached. That's when they begin to look for prayer requests, as if when you were being chopped, you asked God, chidliwa namadliwayo anazvishakata vazhakwe kwanaimi panapa nangu yazoshare wisdom yangu embozi sermon. It's a teaching that you need to grasp in your mind so that you won't get lost. And you take a woman as your mentor, which is not bad. There are things they know, but there are some other things they don't even know, because most of the women that you are looking up to, they were also done the same. Even if other men can come, they won't even understand them. They will be beaten because they are women. Acquire information about men. Those brothers, your cousins, and so forth, talk to them about these things. I thank God I did a study, and this study proved to be the right one. I just studied, and I was like, I want to learn the computer box of a woman. And it worked for me. As we can go to an extent that I remember some of the days I was taught by another lady how to trace people who are involved with your lady through Facebook. Right? I won't tell you the secret. She said, if you see people behaving like this, most of the times they will be knowing each other this way and that way, blah, 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 blah. So I did the same to the girl that I was dating. I began to check, and the information that I did was so true to an extent that the friend of mine was in love with my girlfriend. And the friend of mine used to talk about my girlfriend every day. And I found it through a lady who told me the secrets. So these things you need to be informed. Then, when you are in a relationship, don't rush to give your heart. Protect your heart from being hurt. love, respect, honor, and do whatsoever that needs to be done. But don't be quick to commit, because you commit to wrong people. Plenty wrong people are out there, and they are there for only one mission: chop and go. Chop and go. So what you do is you research everything. You go even on Facebook, check around, check everything, check who are the relatives. If you are going to check it by other ways, to go to friends, people who even knows about the person, where he stays. But there are some other things you just need to know from the people of his area. You just have to use wisdom when you're acquiring that information, making sure that you won't realize what this is what you are doing. Only that I don't want to tell you deep about this. I really know well. I'll be knowing most of the things that you don't even think would I know. It will be there in my mind. This one, she thinks I don't know about this, but I know. Let me tell you a story, a smaller story that can help you. I was in love some time before I was called by God. So this is what happened. I had my woman, my girl, we were deep in love and so forth. So I went on Facebook. Then Facebook gave me a notification of a comment on a certain post. But this post was written, can you tell us about the biggest heartbreak that happened in your life? I was shocked to see my woman part of the conversation. I said, who had broke my leg like this? Let me go and check. So when I checked, I saw a writing. Let me just say a date, 15 October 2000 and what. I said, can I ask? Then I saw people, because she wrote a very touching message. Wherever this person is, may the Lord never forgive you, and so forth, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, what? I said, and what really happened to this woman? Should I ask? And it seemed like she was, I wanted to know now. And other people were commenting, so did the guy took away your virginity and so forth? And say, no, you don't even understand, it's deeper than that, blah, blah. I said, no, man, I really need to know this. So I said, no, since the post was made today, let me keep see, I'll talk about it later. So I asked her, I said, let's talk. I don't know if there is anything that you want to know about me that is sensitive, Then we talked about everything. Then I told you everything sensitive about me because I loved the person. Then she said, I also have something that happened in my life that I don't think you shouldn't know, but I'm not ready to tell you. Do you see here, I found the information on Facebook, then I found a way to make her say it in such a way that she doesn't even know that I'm getting it from Facebook. Then I said, okay, it's fine. Don't tell me, you tell me when you are ready. Then, by the way, before even it went anywhere, there came a guy who told me, said, in April, do you know that the lady you are in love with was involved with a guy, blah, blah, blah. And she got pregnant. When she got pregnant, that's when she realized, the whole area is going to go against her, because she was a cool person who used to feel herself. But she was being told about this guy, no, this guy is married, and she was refusing. So instead of her staying around, she moved away from Zim and went and did abortion out of the country. From there, she never came back. I said, when was that? She told me the month, and the month was the exact month that this lady had posted on Facebook. So when I came to her asking her, I asked her 3-4 questions. Have you ever done this, that, this, and done this? Then on number 4, there was, have you ever done abortions? All of the questions, she said, I've never done those, but number 4, this is the thing that I wanted to tell you about. It was hectic, like this, like this, like this, like this. Do you see that I understood my person? I'm not saying anything, not judging her, but I'm just trying to say you can even figure out deeper information about a person before you commit, because it will be hard for you if you are going to hear this when you are in a relationship, when you are already married. Some of the people here made mistake of committing to people that they didn't know the characters. The moment they got married, that's when they begin to discover big things about their people. Yo, this is how dangerous this person is. This is how harsh this person is. This is how stingy this person is. Why should you know it when you are already married? Know it before so that you can know whether if you can take it or not. I just gave you an example of how you can be intelligent in knowing things about you. Because to us men, it's a very sensitive topic that if you are going to know it when you are already married, it's going to hurt you. But if it's said before, you forgive your person if you love her and take it like that. Then I said, I was like, it's okay. It happens. We all have history. As we have history and you have yours. Since I know it, at least you were honest enough to tell me that. Then to help ladies who once got involved, it's a very sensitive area that needs wisdom, because you may make one mistake of telling a person early, right? Then the person will end up, some other people, you don't just begin to spit out information so early in a relationship, because some other people, they are not even meant for that. They are just trying to rip you off, eat you alive, and go. So the other information you can tell them, they will just take advantage of it. Sometimes try to make you a cheaper person. Sometimes they will be like looking at you like a, So that kind of information needs to be told when the relationship is gone to levels, to make sure that you avoid such kind of things. When you see how mature is the person, how serious he is, don't try to act so innocent when you really know who you are, what happened in your life. Let it not come as a shock to him when you are telling him, let the person know that you have a background, you are not that innocent. You've been through a lot, you've been disappointed, you made mistakes, you made wrong choices and so forth, but this is the time to be a proper lady who can't go back to the mistakes. A man who loves you will understand you. A man who don't love you will either take advantage or will leave you. And what you want is a man who loves you. So don't be worried about who is going to leave. If they leave, they are not the ones. That was my message about Mjolo. By the way, my name is, you know me, the Ankostal, Apostle Sean, Apostle Rashid Sean Maulana Gweta, the Gwetron, the Gwetrometer, the V12 engine, 7,000 horsepower, 20 megawatts. All right, from GM Ministries, this was just my lesson to you ladies. Hope you picked up some few lessons about how you should operate. I was just browsing up, telling you my mind. Listen to your brothers, listen to your fathers, listen to men who can advise you when it comes to relationships. Also listen to your mothers. It's very important, but be sure about what you listen from them. Some of the things they can even be ignorant as well. To all those who want to listen to the teachings by this apostle, I have a YouTube account which is written Jiam Ministries, Jiam Ministries on YouTube. Then